We just went to the weirdest game store we've ever been to today.
Yeah.
You got anything to say about it first?
So, a little bit of context. So, it was a used game store that we were going to look for some Skylanders, because we're collecting Skylanders right now. And our usual used game store had a pretty mid selection of them, so we decided to test our luck with another one.
Yeah.
So, first things first, we go in, and you can go.
The only sign up is for a building about, like, young mother pregnancy. And then we look, like, there's one door for the entire place. And in front of the door, it has 2 pillars for a Pokemon card set. So we're both looking at it, just like, what is this place? And we go in, and once you go through the first door, there are 2 different doors. One for the young mother's pregnancy, one for the game store, and I was just like, it's for pregnancy and virginity right next to each other, side by side. But, like, it was weird because it was big-ish, and, like, we asked them, "Oh, do you have Skylanders?" They said no. They did have 4. But I don't think they were even available to be sold yet. But they were like, "No, we don't sell Skylanders." But then they had, like, Marilyn Monroe stuff, and I'm just like, what is this building?
Exactly.
Like, they did have some really cool stuff. Like, they had
an NES, just full in the box.
Yeah, they had a Wii in box, like a black Wii that had a Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, so that was neat.
They had an N64, we saw a GameCube. They had a lot of,
They had an N64, but it was $150, when there's one of our other...
I think that's how much it was, like, when it came out.
Yeah, and then our normal used game store had it for $80.
Yeah.
So, like, because I want to buy an N64 or something.
They had a lot of, I think, 2800 games. I think those were 2800, I'm not sure. They had a lot of NES games, too.
But, like, I felt on edge the whole time in that store.
Oh my gosh.
It was just us and the one employee, and I think their main sell is from Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards.
And Magic, I think. I saw a lot of Magic cards.
Because they had a ton of those cards. Like, rare Pokemon cards on display, rare Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards on display.
Rare Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic cards, I imagine.
Or, like, just card packs. So if you're looking at cards, that'd be a great place to go. But when you go there, and it's just the one employee who's not the owner, because he's saying, I don't think he has a price on those yet, or I don't know if he sells those. So you can tell that he's not the owner of the store, he's just an employee there. But, like, there was no one else in the store besides us and him. And it was kind of, for me, it was in the middle of nowhere, because I'm, like, rarely around that spot. So I was just like, where are we going? What is happening? And, like, they had some consoles, it was cool. They had some neat games, like they had Wii Sports Resort, it was like $25, which is alright, considering, like, GameStop will sell it for like $50. Or, like, since we got a GameCube recently, I was looking at GameCube games. They had Pikmin 1 for $50, and they had Pokemon Coliseum for $150.
Yeah, like, I was looking at some of the Funko Pops. I'm not a Funko Pop guy, by the way, but I was looking at them, and there were some of them that were like $33.
Yeah, no,
like,
that would not happen. That wouldn't happen in our normal used game store, so I think we're gonna stick to that.
Exactly. For a place that feels so out of the way and just so it's
they had
so
some
small,
stuff for pretty high prices.
It was way too overpriced. Like, the NES was $300, which I guess, like, it's old, but it's not, like, I don't think it's worth.
It's like I've seen an inbox NES at our normal game store, and it wasn't that much.
Yeah,
but, like, just
I thought that place was out of the way.
I felt very put off, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
Because, like, especially with the idea of, like, what they were selling, just random stuff. Like, they just had Toy Story toys in one part.
It's whatever they could find. It was more of a collector store than a video game store.
Oh, yeah.
But people go to video game stores more than just collector stores.
Well, when I called the place, they didn't pick up, but their voicemail straight up said for used games and consoles. So, like,
and there were like 7 consoles there.
They had a pretty minimal Switch section too, which I thought was interesting. But
I mean, like, people aren't going to trade in their Switch games to there.
Oh, I know.
Those are probably, like, their Switch games. Yeah. Like, the employees' Switch games they just didn't want anymore.
And, like, my thing is, I was, like, kind of just, like, weirded out by, because I'd never been there. It's a new place. But it also just wasn't busy. I probably would have felt more comfortable if there were more people there, you know what I mean?
I guess. But also, I don't know. I feel like if...
It was also very weird that it was connected to the pregnancy place.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know. I just thought that, like, in a used game store, I thought it was neat when I saw, like, the Pokemon stuff. But then as I slowly look around more, it feels like that one picture where you see a lot, or it's just a bunch of different things in a pile, and you think you know what you're looking at, but you really but everything looks familiar, but you know what nothing is. You know what I'm talking about?
Exactly. I think I do.
Like, it was odd. And like, I still think it's weird that they had Toy Story toys, they had some Marvel toys, they just had some random in-box figurines.
Yeah.
And then like a coin collection. So no hate to that store. It's probably pretty cool, and if I had the money, I might buy some stuff.
It's
from
probably
there.
cool for collectors.
Oh yeah.
Of toys.
Yeah, and that's why we're not saying where it is, because we're kind of just like,
we don't need to dox ourselves.
Yeah, that too. But like, yeah, it's great. We don't want to dox ourselves, but every video we record is in a car driving.
Yeah.
So like, yeah. But like, it was one of the weirdest experiences I've ever had. And if this is just what being a gamer involves, huh?
Going to the most seedy stores possible.
Well, going to the most just like...
Well, you don't know if you're going to make it out with your life.
I did make a joke to him saying this is where we die, but...
Exactly. I thought we were going to like the cartel. that might have been a front, who knows? That really did not seem like he knew what he was talking about.
It was a big building, too. Like,
Yeah.
their section wasn't as big as a normal used game store, but most of our normal used game store is like DVDs.
Yeah, but it was like head to toe though. Like
Oh,
there was no like free space.
They utilized the space.
Exactly. It was completely head to toe and stuff.
I was a little bit considering buying Pokemon cards just to buy something and like not waste his time and ours. But like, I didn't want him to like pull out a box and be like, that'll be $50. And I'm just like, huh?
Yeah.
So like, I don't think that would have happened, but still.
You never know, Cameron.
Yeah. So
Some
no
stuff
hate
there.
to that place. I just, as soon as we walked out, I whispered to Brayden, I was just like, should we run?
The second we got in there, I wanted to leave.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I mean, if we walk through the door and he's whispering to us and he's like saying hello, he had like kind of a quieter voice, so we were just like, what? And we didn't know where the voice was coming from. We just heard hello, and it was before we even opened the door. We could have been going to the pregnancy place. Who knows?
Yeah, it's a little
Two
ironic.
teenage boys.
It's a little ironic that virginity and pregnancy are both in the same building.
Yeah, but this is not going to be a YouTube short, but whatever.
It's supposed to be a YouTube short, like a 30-second rant. No, we're at 7.5 minutes.
Really? So that was great. I'm gonna need to take some time to process this.
Yeah.
But
Who knows? We might make a Skylander video with our efforts.
yes. Okay. So be prepared for that soon.
And Barbie video's on the way. I haven't finished making it yet.
I was about to ask.
Yeah, we're probably tomorrow. I'll upload a Barbie video. We
Mhm.
watched it. And it was good.
Yeah.
So Cameron, I know this wasn't a movie, but what would you rate your experience with that store?
Out of 10,
Yeah.
I think a 5. If I want to buy some Pokemon cards, I might go there because it looked like they had a lot of variety and just like specifics. But if I want to go back there for the point we went there, it'd be a 0 because they didn't have anything. But I also was really into wanting to get an N64 today, which was stupid. But
I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. I was uncomfortable the second I walked in, but some of it was kind of cool. The stuff there was cool, but I was uncomfortable every second I was in there.
fair. All right.
See you guys later.
Bye. No, but seriously, who the hell is going to spend $50 on Pikmin 1? Like, they have it for the Wii at our other Mega Replay, and it was $35. And who the hell is going to spend $150 on Pokemon Coliseum? And I asked for Mass Attack, and they didn't even have it available. Like, I get it, you need to put stuff into your system, but, like, it was just sitting next to the counter, next to the register. They did have Emerald, though. That was pretty neat.